disrupting every step of the way. We've got to have Congress that's willing to make progress on the issues Americans care about.
White House Press Secretary Josh Earnest says electing down-ballot Democrats is now the president's top priority.
President Obama has already appeared in a wide range of television ads that will be airing across the country over the next couple of weeks, not just for Secretary Clinton, but for Democratic candidates for the House and Senate, but also even some Democrats at the state level as well.
Democrats have tried and failed to win down-ballot races, particularly in midterm elections, but they've never paid the kind of meticulous attention that Republicans have devoted to down-ballot campaigns. Republicans are famous for leaving no GOP candidate behind, whether the race is for governor or dog catcher. Democrats, not so much. Mo Alehi is a former DNC spokesman.
Democrats just have not played that game as well as Republicans have. Part of that is resources. The Republicans have more money that they pump into those races, and just the lack of focus on those races has been part of it.
Disastrous results for the Democrats. Despite his track record winning the White House, President Obama has presided over bigger losses for his party down ballot than any other American president. The massive Republican congressional victories in 2010 and 2014 left Democrats holding fewer elected offices around the country than at any time since the 1920s. And because the Republicans' big waves crested just at the right time, Republican governors and state legislatures were able to control the redrawing of legislative district boundaries after the 2010 census, and they created lots of safe seats for Republicans. Many Democrats blame President Obama for ignoring down-ballot races, but Congressman Steve Israel, the former chairman of the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee, says there's plenty of blame to go around.
I would not put this on President Obama. I would put this on all Democrats, obviously, including me. We got burned in 2010 by a Republican strategy of focusing on local state legislatures. They see control of the districting maps. They built themselves a 10-year firewall. Redistricting isn't until 2022. So I would argue that yes, we took a lot of football. We did lose nearly 1,000 local elections.
Yes, you heard that right. 1,000 Democratic seats lost since 2010. The hard lesson Democrats learned, says Israel.
You can always see politically how to do it. That's why even in an election like this one, where double digits, the Republicans are still holding their own in many congressional districts that were gerrymandered, picking against their Republicans. We have to stop that from happening, and we have to do it by taking a page out of their own playbook.
Even Republicans admit Donald Trump is a drag on down-ballot GOP candidates. So between now and November 8th, the Democrats will be trying to take full advantage of that. But President Obama has promised to keep on helping down-ballot Democrats after the election. The president is planning to work with a new group called the National Democratic Redistricting Committee, chaired by former Attorney General Eric Holder. The group will work to rebuild the Democratic Farm Team, trying to get Democrats elected to local and state offices so they can control how congressional district lines are drawn after the next census in 2020. Maureen Anderson, NPR News, Washington.
Meanwhile, on the GOP side, right of Republicans, over the weekend, the log cabin Republicans, the gay Republicans, declared it would not endorse the party's nominee. It does call Trump, and this is a quote, perhaps the most pro-LGBT presidential nominee in the history of the Republican Party, but no endorsement. We are joined now by Gregory Angelo, who's president of the Law.
Thank you for having me back.
We spoke last July at the Republican convention in Cleveland. You had major concerns about the party platform, but by the end of that convention, you were jubilant. You called the convention the most pro-LGBT in the party's 162-year history, and you tweeted, "We witnessed the total transformation of the GOP tonight." No turning back now. You have turned back. What has changed you since then?
Nothing actually has changed me. The Log Cabin Republicans National Board of Directors felt there was sufficient uncertainty what the Trump presidency would look like to come to the conclusion that we should not issue an endorsement of our nominee at this time. If Donald Trump were to become our 45th president, would we see a Donald Trump that stood on the sidelines as the GOP passed the most anti-LGBT platform in the party's history? Or would we see the Donald Trump that presided over the most pro-LGBT convention during this country's history?
But by the time we were in Cleveland at the convention, Donald Trump had chosen Mike Pence as his running mate. Pence's record on gay issues was clear. He championed the Indiana law that defended merchants who wanted to withhold service from gays on religious grounds. Wasn't that a tip-off that the party was not moving in a very liberal direction?
No, not necessarily. I mean, I think Donald Trump's choice of Mike Pence as VP was a move to shore up the evangelical system in the party. Chief executive of the state of Indiana.
This was a convention in which Peter Thiel, the Silicon Valley entrepreneur, spoke and said, "I'm gay." That's not the only thing he is, but he said that. Donald Trump used the phrase LGBT and added Q to suggest he's at least current and open to all of these things. That, I gather, is what you're describing as the convention that was the most progressive.
That's right. And what are conventions beyond a nominating process for a party presidential candidate? There are a lot of speeches, right? And there's a difference between pro-LGBT rhetoric and pro-LGBT policy. That's really what's at the crux of our decision to withhold an endorsement here, is while that GOP convention marked a sea change in terms of the way the GOP's policy on there's still major policy concerns that we have, and there's still a great deal of uncertainty about what a Trump administration would need for those policies.
What are those major policy concerns?
Preservation of the executive order started under Lyndon Johnson, amended under Bill Clinton to include sexual orientation discrimination, maintained under President George W. Bush, and slightly amended under President Obama to include gender identity in addition to sexual orientation among federal contractors, is something longtime Republicans would like to see maintained in the Trump administration. Now, while Donald Trump has said his first day in office he would overturn and nullify every one of President Obama's, quote, unconstitutional executive orders, we have not received an adequate response as to whether or not he feels that executive order is itself unconstitutional. All of my conversations with the Trump campaign, senior advisors to the Trump campaign, were essentially boiled down to the same mantra. You don't have anything to worry about when it comes to the LGBT stuff with Donald Trump. And while we may not have anything to worry about, those would just be assumptions at this point.
Gregory Angelo, thanks for talking with us.
My pleasure.
Gregory Angelo is president of the Locked and Republicans, and that group says it is not endorsing Donald Trump for president.
Most of us know by now that the Chicago Cubs win over the weekend means the team will be going to their first World Series since 1945. But there is also a once-in-a-generation story on the other side. Cleveland Indians fans have waited 19 years to go to the World Series, too. They will play the Cubs tomorrow night. And that's exactly when, across the street, the Cleveland Cavaliers will be celebrating their first ever NBA championship at their first game of the season. David C. Barnett,
Wednesday night, the Cleveland Indians won the American League Championship by shutting out the Toronto Blue Jays. Like King says, fans here are catching their breath after the Cleveland Cavaliers won the NBA Championship last June.
That's delighted to actually get the win. Really fast. We all keep saying it's like, oh, I kind of pinch myself and sleep and dream, and then you wake up and you realize we got another championship. It's crazy. Now you get a chance 3 months later, you get another. It's insane.
What Lakers will be adding to the Series tomorrow night is the All-Star Championship band at Quicken Loans Arena right next door to the Indians Ballpark. The city's convention and visitors bureau reports that all downtown hotels are sold out, reminding some here of the GOP convention this past summer. Fan Diane Dozier likes the Indians' chances, especially considering how they overcame wave after wave of adversity.
They cut it and gritted it out, and it was just remarkable. Can't say enough. That bullpen was depleted, but they came through. So we're hoping they're going to do the same with the Cubs.
Multiple injuries to starting players raised serious doubts for Cleveland.com Indians beat writer Paul Hoynes. He stirred up a Twitter storm late in the regular season when he essentially wrote off the team's chances this year.
I knew there would be, some hard feelings, but I didn't expect it to linger this long, and maybe that was naive of me.
But the story changed dramatically, and the veteran sports writer isn't eager to make any more prognostications.
I probably should stay out of the prediction business for a while.
This will be the Indians' first trip to the World Series since 1997. They last won the championship in 1948. But the Cubs have been waiting to get into the games since 1945, and they haven't won since 1908. That's right, more than a century. And if this was any other year, fans in this underdog town have long supported an underdog team would likely be rooting for the Cubs. Not this time. For NPR News, I'm David C. Bonder in Belize.
This is All Things Considered from NPR News. Stay with us. We're going to have a little light shed on the issue of write-in voting from the NPR Politics podcast, folks. And we'll also remember Bobby Vee, that 60s pop icon, died at the age of 73. It's coming.
Support for this program comes from our members and from Alaris, a professional provider of banking, mortgage, retirement, and wealth management to individuals, families, and businesses. You can learn more about Alaris at alaris.com.
National Geographic Live is back at the Fitzgerald Theater on Thursday on a trail of big cats with photographer Steve Winter in the Latin American rainforests, the Himalayas, and Hollywood. Get your tickets now at FitzgeraldTheater.org.
That proposed $85 billion merger between AT&T and Time Warner is drawing poor reviews. Interest rates on lawmakers in both countries. Donald Trump says the GOP would support one of the highest prices of Marketplace looks at all today's business news, including the Dow up 77 today. 18,223 is where it ended. Nasdaq gained 52, S&P 500 10. The top of the Minnesota Gamers list was Polaris Industries up 2% on its share price. Regis Corporation down just over 1%. Marketplace in 10.
Support for news comes from Lumosity, brain training with games to challenge memory, attention, and problem solving. From scientists and game designers exploring new ways to research human cognition. Learn more at Lumosity.com. And TIAA, whether it's investing, advice, banking, or retirement, TIAA is dedicated to helping those who teach, heal, and serve others achieve a lifetime of financial well-being. Learn more at TIAA.org.
From NPR News, this is All Things Considered. I'm Kelly McEvers.
And I'm Robert Siegel. Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump were two of the most unpopular presidential candidates in U.S. history. For those searching for another choice, it might be tempting to write in a candidate ballot. Well, a listener asked the NPR Politics podcast team, what happens to those write-in votes? Are they actually counted? Here's the answer from NPR's Daniel Kurtzleben, Susan Davis, and Scott Detrow.
It'd be curious to see what it looks like on election day, because typically write-in votes, we get a general sense that there were X amount of write-in votes, but it takes a while for that process to see people voting it out to tag this person.
Although it really is more about making the voter feel better about and sleeping at night. Because a lot of states also have rules that even if you write someone in, that if you're a write-in candidate, you still have to register with the Secretary of State as a write-in candidate. So just writing in home win in many states where he's not a write-in candidate, that ballot will be right now, in 34 states, because most of them are likely to be a write-in candidate. Actually, I saw a headline today from the Charlotte News Observer that said North Carolina write-in votes won't count unless they're for Jill Stein, because Jill Stein has registered as a write-in candidate. So if you vote for, if you write her in North Carolina, then yeah, it won't count. 9 states prohibit write-in, and the remainder you can write in whoever you want.
We could write in Danielle.
Yeah, well, interestingly, some states, some jurisdictions will release who got write-in votes. Before I found the list from New York in 2012, there were 2 write-ins for Vladimir Putin. One was spelled right, one was spelled horrendously wrong. There was one for my cat Ginger, and there was one for We Can Run Things Better Ourselves. It's all over the place, and it depends on your states. And that was clearly voters who just wanted to make themselves feel better.
Probably the most successful write-in candidacy was Lisa Murkowski, right?
Yeah, Lisa Murkowski is a Republican senator from Alaska who in 2010 lost her primary, and in response mounted a write-in campaign for November, and particularly because the Murkowskis were so well known in Alaska, kind of like the Kennedys in Massachusetts, she mounted a successful write-in campaign Democrat to win. Only 2 senators in the history of this country have been able to do that.
She won by a wide margin. I remember wondering at the time if enough people would spell the name wrong. Would election officials, if you spelled it with a Y or something, would election officials have been like,
And that's part of it. And part of the rules about write-in ballots too, that I wonder that even about Jill Stein, as there's a lot of different ways to spell Stein, right? So if it's spelled wrong, that could be a contested ballot, although I don't think Jill Stein is going to be potential for the presidency, so probably won't. It's Michael Chesney, that was
that was NPR's Rick Slater and Susan Davis and Scott Detrow. You can hear more from the NPR Politics Podcast team with daily episodes until November 8th. Susie, baby, where are you? 1960s pop star Bobby Vee died today from complications from Alzheimer's. He was 73. He had been living in a memory care facility in Rogers for the past year. Robert Thomas Villeen was born in Fargo and was known for a string of hits like Take Good Care of My Baby and this one, Susie Baby. In a 2013 concert in St. Paul, Bob Dylan actually performed Susie Baby with the singer. The singer he got his musical start with, and he called Bobby Vee the most beautiful person I've ever been on stage with. Bobby Vee's concert career began early. He was just 15 after the 1959 plane crash that killed Buddy Holly, the Big Bopper, and Richie Valens. Here's Bobby Vee back in the 1990s with then host John Raby remembering a call out from a radio station for Alex T. Finley, the people who were lost in the crash on that fateful winter night.
And called the station, and in the panic set in, they said, show up. And so we were a little garage band, really. We had a small repertoire, and we ran out and bought matching sweaters, and that was the most important thing. Forget the song list, do we match? And so after we got into the matching mode, then we decided we had to name the band, and so everybody was hoping to come up with a name. And I think I was one of them that didn't thought. We arrived at the morning company that night, and Charlie turned around and said, "What's the name of the band?" And we all looked at each other and dumbstruck. And so I volunteered the name of Shadows, and he said, "Ladies and gentlemen, here we are, the Shadows," and we opened up the show. I don't remember exactly what we did. We didn't do any Buddy Holly songs. We did some old Elvis and Everly Brothers, and just good old rock and roll. It was an amazing night. It was a very emotional night. I was a huge Buddy Holly fan. It was the biggest rock and roll show in London, too. It was the biggest show to come through the area. And here we were.
Bobby Vee, who died at the age of 73 today from an interview in our archives. Now, earlier this month, Vee's sons, Jeff and Tommy, were on Morning Edition with Kathy Wurzer, talking about their father, whose life and career is depicted in Teen Idol, play on stage now at the Minnesota History Theater. They also remember that fateful night and the reaction to it.
They went on, and they got a phenomenal response. And I mean, this is the stuff that seems like fiction. I mean, there's an agent in the audience, a local guy that puts some shows, pushes the guys, gives them the card, if you want to, do some more shows. And that's basically what it was. So this happens in February. By spring, they're cutting a record in Minneapolis. By June, it's on the charts. By September, he's getting calls from record labels.
Well, that happened because they got a copy of the single to my dad's Aunt Louise in San Diego. She brought it to a radio station there, and then it went #1 in Southern California, which got the record industry in Los Angeles paying attention.
Your dad has led an amazing life, and I'm wondering, the show, of course, looks at all of that, and from what I understand, I got to see the show. My friends have seen it. They're left in tears because the show addresses your dad's Alzheimer's disease, and it's revealed in kind of a touching way. Why is it important for you to bring this up?
It is a part of the story, and it's sad, and it's a brutal part of the story, but it is a part of the story. What I like about it is that with people with Alzheimer's, you have have to remember that they're still there.
Exactly.
You know? And so to be able to address this as gracefully as possible, and Dad having the ability to make that decision for himself would have wanted it in there. Because he never kept anything under the table. It was always right up there for everybody to see.
We decided early on to go over there. It's all a true story. Even the stuff that's hard to believe early on. Dad was we always called him kind of like the least squeaky wheel on the planet. He just really rolled with grace. And I think there's a lift in the sadness with that grace. You get a sense of sort of an acceptance. So as sad as it is, the bittersweet, we've had a heck of a good life. Let's just hit this sucker head on now and deal with it.
Yeah. And a very graceful, loving way to your family. Terrific.
And my mom, Dad, she probably learned those ups and downs and this and that and the next thing. They stuck together. They worked it out. I absolutely saw some of the most tender stuff I ever saw between the two of them in those later couple of years. And then we lost my mom a year ago.
You know, she had a chronic lung disease and had a lung transplant, and the last 5 years of her life were really, really difficult. And you know, the last 2 years they were both struggling so much, and the way they came together through that was really touching.
Tommy and Jeff Feline remembering their parents, including their father, 1960s pop sensation Bobby V. His sons work on the production of Teen Idol, the Bobby V story, on stage now at the Minnesota History Theater. Bobby V died today at the age of 73. More of the interview with Kathy Rizzer online at mprnews.org.
Broadcast of Marketplace on Minnesota Public Radio is supported by our members and by Pentair, the sustainable water partner of the Minnesota Vikings and the Minnesota Twins. Pentair, your water champion. For more information, visit pentair.com.
Marketplace is supported by Bremer Bank, offering a variety of business banking services to help new and established businesses turn goals into action. You can visit bremer.com to learn more. Bremer Bank, for what's ahead.
Marketplace is supported by T. Rowe Price. In today's uncertain markets, institutions, advisors, employers, and individuals choose T. Rowe Price to fund global investment opportunities. T. Rowe Price, investment help.
Any other American president. The massive Republican congressional victories in 2010 and 2014 left Democrats holding fewer elected offices around the country than at any time since the 1920s. And because the Republicans' big waves crested just at the right time, Republican governors and state legislatures were able to control the redrawing of legislative district boundaries after the 2010 census, and they created lots of safe seats for Republicans. Many Democrats blame President Obama for ignoring down-ballot races, but Congressman Steve Israel, the former chairman of the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee, says there's plenty of blame to go around.
I would not put this on President Obama. I would put this on all Democrats, obviously, including me. We got burned in 2010 by a Republican strategy of focusing on local state legislatures. They seek control of the districting maps. They built themselves a 10-year firewall. The next redistricting isn't until 2022. So I would argue that yes, we took a lot of football. We did lose nearly 1,000 local elections.
Yes, you heard that right. 1,000 Democratic seats lost since 2010. A hard lesson Democrats learned, says Israel.
The most pro-LGBT presidential nominee in the history of the Republican Party, but no endorsement. We are joined now by Gregory Angelo, who's president of the law firm.
Thank you for having me back.
We spoke last July at the Republican convention in Cleveland. You had major concerns about the party platform, but by the end of that convention, you were jubilant. You called the convention the most pro-LGBT in the party's 162-year history, and you tweeted, "We witnessed the total transformation of the GOP tonight. No turning back now." You have turned back. What has changed since then?
Nothing actually has changed me. The Lockhart Republicans National Board of Directors felt there was sufficient uncertainty what the presidency would look like to come to the conclusion that we should not issue an endorsement of our nominee at this time. If Donald Trump were to become our 45th president, would we see a Donald Trump that stood on the sideline as the GOP passed the most anti-LGBT platform in the party's history? Or would we see the Donald Trump that presided over the most pro-LGBT convention during this country's history? But by the time we were in Cleveland at the convention, Donald Trump had chosen Mike Pence as his running mate. Pence's record on gay issues was clear. He championed the Indiana law that defended merchants who wanted to withhold service from gays on religious grounds. Wasn't that a tip-off that the party was not moving in a liberal direction? No, not necessarily. I mean, I think Donald Trump's choice of Mike Pence as VP was a move to shore up the evangelical system in the party. Chief executive of the state of Indiana. This was a convention in which Peter Thiel, the Silicon Valley entrepreneur, spoke and said, "I'm gay." That's not the only thing he is, but he said that. Donald Trump used the phrase LGBT and added Q to suggest he's at least kind and open to all of these things. That, I gather, is what you're describing as the convention that was the most progressive. That's right. And what are conventions beyond a nominating process for a party presidential candidate? There are a lot of speeches, right? And there's a difference between pro-LGBT rhetoric and pro-LGBT policy. That's really what's at the crux of our decision to withhold an endorsement here, is while that GOP convention marked a sea change in terms of the way we put this policy on there's still major policy concerns that we have, and there's still a great deal of uncertainty about what a Trump administration is.
You can always see politically how to do it. That's why even in the election of this week, where Donald Trump is probably double digits, the Republicans are still holding their own in many congressional districts that will show you that protect them against everything. We have to stop that from happening, and we have to do it by taking a page out of our own playbook.
Even Republicans admit Donald Trump is a drag on down-ballot GOP candidates. So between now and November 8th, the Democrats will be trying to take full advantage of that. But President Obama has promised to keep on helping down-ballot Democrats after the election. The president is planning to work with a new group called the National Democratic Redistricting Committee, chaired by former Attorney General Eric Holder. The group will work to rebuild the Democratic farm team, trying to get Democrats elected to local and state offices so they can control how congressional district lines are drawn after the next census in 2020. Maureen Nielsen, NPR News, Washington.
Meanwhile, on the GOP side, like the Republicans, over the weekend, the Log Cabin Republicans, the gay Republicans, declared it would not endorse the party's nominee. It does call Trump, and this is a quote, perhaps
all they've got to offer is blocking and obstructing every step of the way. We've got to have Congress that's willing to make progress on the issues Americans care about.
White House Press Secretary Josh Earnest says electing down-ballot Democrats is now the president's top priority.
President Obama has already appeared in a wide range of television ads that will be airing across the country over the next couple of weeks, not just for Secretary Clinton, but for Democratic candidates for the House and Senate, but also even some Democrats at the state level as well.
Democrats have tried and failed to win down-ballot races, particularly in midterm elections, but they've never paid the kind of meticulous attention that Republicans have devoted to down-ballot campaigns. Republicans are famous for leaving no GOP candidate behind, whether the race is for governor or dog catcher. Democrats, not so much. Mo Olenki is a former DNC spokesman.
Democrats just have not played that game as well as Republicans have. Part of that is resources. The Republicans have more money that they pump into those races, and just a lack of focus on these races has been part of it.
Disastrous results for the Democrats. Despite his track record winning the White House, President Obama has presided over bigger losses for his party down ballot than